They better bloody not, because that's the old thing. Because literally, I can't get the new one because I've changed the website, so I've got to do it all again and do a new theme song again. So that'll be a new one for me. Anyway, welcome to a very, very special show. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be sat here 200 shows after I did the first one. Because the first one was so bad, I thought I'd give myself 6 and then that'll be it. And we'll go from there, and just kept building and building week by week. Have we got the biggest amount of listeners in the world? No, but we're one of the few live wrestling radio shows that's going now. All the ones that's been going when we started, there were loads. There was loads of different wrestling shows, and they were all live. And now, it's just a case of. I think we're the only ones that actually do a live wrestling radio show. We've outlasted them all. It's a shame because there's been a lot of good shows, but people's habits change. We've not now got them to cater to us. We've got to cater to them. So we've got to put it on YouTube. We've got to put it on iTunes, and we've just got to make it easier for people to listen to than them just saying, "Oh, we've got to be in a computer. We've got to be on a phone by a certain time, and we've got to listen or watch the show." So thanks very much. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody that's involved. Nixy, I'm sure she'll be on our way. Nixy will be on her way soon. I know she's out because she sent me a message and she's on. But problem is at the moment we got a new website, as you can see, and wait till Nixy gets in, then I can explain why. Very, very hard decision to make, but finances with a thing. But I just love wrestling. That's all I've ever done it for. I had a chat with a gent on Sunday at Southside, and they were just saying, you're Deano, you're British Wrestling Radio. And the gentleman was Rockstar Spud. So to have a chat with Rockstar Spud, and it's to chat with Rockstar Spud about me and my show was just like out of this world, and it was very, very humbling, the fact that this gentleman who I just watched wrestle and had a great time watching, and all of a sudden had a couple of minutes of his time to spend chatting to me, and gave me some inside info, which I cannot divulge about TNA wrestling. But all I can say is big things are going to happen with TNA wrestling, and it's made me believe them again. So I'm going to give them another chance. But all I can say is big things are on the horizon for TNA wrestling. That's all I can say. But Rockstar Spud is a very, very generous gentleman. He had a great picture on Sunday. He was with three little boys, and they're all wearing the New Day T-shirts. And I'm like, we've got 4 members of New Day now. It's going to be to see this photo was just fantastic, and thank you very much to everybody at Southside Wrestling for the Christmas present of me having my photograph taken with SoCal Val. So that's all I'm going to say is and while she's not in here, I can, if you guys want to know exactly what I got Nixy. Now, I didn't get Nixie's present, had to wait till after Christmas because it was going to be at the wrestling show. It is very simply, I have got the DVD of the anniversary show that both me and Nixie went to, but I've got it signed by Kaylee Ray. So I got Kaylee Ray to sign it, and I had a great chat with her and everything about it. So Nixie's present will be going up. So we're going to have that. Yeah, Pop TV. I didn't know there was... Well, saying that, we've got channels over here called Dave, for Christ's sake. So we can't have a go at Pop TV, can we, Brian, or Fat Boy, in our chat room? Because for America may have the Speed Network and the Fight Network. We've got Dave. We've got the Dave channel. So we try his best that one. But as I said... Challenge TV, don't even go on that one. Challenge TV is it's really, really going. But Challenge TV have now made a decision to get rid of Wrestle Talk TV. So that's a shame, but in some ways it's not, but in some ways it is, because it means there's less wrestling on the TV channel. So unless they're going to replace it with something else to do with wrestling, then we've lost one of our little British wrestling constitutions from the last few years. But we hope that they come back bigger and stronger and a lot better than what they did before. Like I said, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. You got everything you wish for, whether it be wrestling, whether it be T-shirts, socks, DVDs, videos, everything. You just get what you want. And thank you very, very much for taking your time out to join me on the day before, on day number 364 for the year. So very kind for joining us. If you're going to stay with us all night, please do so. Tonight we've got the British Wrestling Radio Show, and then about 10-15 minutes after that, stay tuned, because then we've got the Steel Boys NFL show afterwards. So we're going to have both shows together again. I think this is a nice double act, and gets it. And I've got to apologise, because the last time we did this show, my computer and everything just went boom. Mr. Mystery. I wonder who Mr. Mystery is. I don't know. I love names in our chat room, me. I really do. It's like, I wonder. Yes. But no Nixy on yet. I'm still waiting, but I'm sure she's trying her best with all the internet problems that she has. She's the only woman I know that has internet problems anyway. Thank you very much, Mr. Mystery. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, hopefully we've got... Well, I've actually signed up for 2 years, so there's going to be at least 300 anyway, because I've signed up for 2 years for this website because it was so cheap. So we're going to keep going on with that one. But as we said, we're going to do the NFL show and everything, and I explain why we've gone back to the name of the British Wrestling Radio. So get that on. It doesn't say British Wrestling Grado, okay? It does not say that. I've already had one of them today. Grado's already messaged me and said, oh, look, you named your website after me. And I went, where? And he went, British Wrestling Grado. And I'm like, what, where? And then I looked at it and I went, oh, shit, yeah, it is. It says Gradio. So if you take the I out, it's like Grado. Fuck's sake. So even Mr. Bleeding, even Grado himself is noticing the change on my website page, which is very, very cool. Big things planned for next year, as always. We've got everything. But tonight, it's all about highlights of the year. What my personal highlights have been of 2015. What Nixie's highlights have been. What's the things that's pissed us off, both of us. And best of all, we're putting Project Ego into the Hall of Fame. And we're putting Chris Travis in. Now, that's going to be cool, because literally it's going to be me that's doing it. So if I lose my bottle and start bleeding, getting emotional, please give me a kick up the arse. Please tell me I'm not doing this right, because Chris knows. Told Chris. He's very, very touched. He's knows about it. Martin Kirby. I even chatted to Martin Kirby on Sunday, which was a really, really cool thing. And it was a real cool to say. He just said thank you for doing the Chris Travis Day, which personally is one of the best things I've ever done. We've had lots of things we've done this year, but I can virtually say now, with my hand on my heart, at this time, we have got no plans for no more charity shows. We've got nothing. Nobody has said to me, are you going to do any more? Are you doing anything? There is nobody out there that's pulling at my heartstrings that said to do a thing. I might change my mind. There might be something that comes along that says, look, this needs raising money ASAP. We don't know. Yes, I've heard it all before. Yes, it was after Callum Murray's second show. We said we're never doing one. Then the Callum Murray 3. Then the Chris Travis 1. And then we did one this year with the Woodlands. So it's been all over the show. And I always said, I'll never do a 24. I did 30, but the 31 was cool because I was having breaks. I was having the music. You never notice how long, you never notice how cool it is to look for songs that last more than 6 minutes. That's all I'm going to say on that. Because tonight is British Wrestling Radio. It's not an about thing. I enjoyed every minute of this year. I've had some blasts. I've had some real downers. I've had some real good times. So we'll get into that. But as soon as Miss Newman decides to shake her ass onto this, then we'll be okay. The reason for that, I'll tell you straight now. The reason why it says BritishWrestlingRadio.com instead of BSRSports.co.uk. Finances. That's all it has to do with, finances. It is cheaper for me to get BritishWrestlingRadio.com and this website as an address for 2 years than it would have been to renew BSR Sports for 1 year. That is very simply about it. That's the reason which changed. That's the reason why it's gone back to it. I know what Mr. Mystery is. It's just twigged what I know it is. Hello, David. Very simply, BSR Sports Dinner. It's cost me £1 for a year to get BritishWrestlingRadio.com. It's cost me £1. And so that's... And then it's cost me another £9 for the second year. So £10 for the 2 year... For the 2 years is okay. So £10 for 2 years of the website. The website builder is £5 a month, which is a lot cheaper than what I was paying the first time about. So it does that way about it. Before we go any further, if there's anybody getting into any events that's coming up over the next few weeks, I will do my best right now to get these up. But over the next few days, there is going to be a few things. There is an event happening. What we got here? I said I was going. I know I did. I'm not bleeding end of January. Anyway, Mystery Island. I've got SoCal Val on January 2. That's all I've started. That's very start of that one. Very easy one to say that SoCal Val will be at the Mystery Island in Birkenhead Market on January 2. Tickets are still available for meet and greet. Tickets for VIP. Tickets available to meet SoCal Val. There we go. So I know that for the cert. I knew. I guess who's picking up? Oh, I wonder who. I really wonder who. But anyway, SoCal Val will be at Mystery Island on Friday. It is. So, and anyway, it is going to be a great day. They've got big plans for this year. Great plans also in Liverpool for a promotion called TNT Extreme. Saturday, not Friday. Saturday. Sorry. Saturday, 2nd of January. Okay. And we've also got the fact that they've got TNT Extreme Wrestling, which is a promotion that's had about 3 or 4 shows. I might be wrong, but they've been growing and getting themselves a nice, good little fan base over there in Liverpool, and it is the place to be. And I am not making no promises. I'm not making no promises next year because I've broken too many bloody promises with saying, oh yeah, I'll go to these shows. Yeah, I'll go to this one this year. Oh yeah. I'm not going to say nothing because if it does, I upset people by not turning up when I said I would, and I can't do that. So what I'm going to do next year is I'm just going to turn up, and if you see me there, you see me there. If not, you don't. But I'm not going to plan it, and I'll just say, yeah, I'll go up here today. I've already got my show planned for January. I'm not telling where it is, but we'll be doing that anyway. So we'll see how that works out for the next few months. Anyway, now, I will be changing the website. It looks very clean and very bare. But we will be changing it up, and we'll be adding things like links and everything. So if you've got a Facebook channel, if you've got a Facebook page, or you've got a website where you want to be involved in, let me know. I'll put a banner up. I click on the banner, and you're taken to the website. Simple, no problem, everything. And that'll be gone. So it's been a busy couple of weeks. We had Southside Wrestling on Sunday when I saw Joey Ryan do his Penis of Power. Yeah, I actually saw him do a Penis of Power with 5 other wrestlers. And it was... You had to see it to believe it. Really did. Let's be right. And the match between El Ligero and Kaylee Ray, I'm sorry, but what a way to finish Kaylee Ray's time in Southside Wrestling. There's a video come up. There's a video on YouTube. If you go to the Southside Wrestling page on Facebook, you'll see what happened in St. Neots last Sunday with the fur penis of power. He did it to 5 wrestlers, that's all I'll say. And we did that. But Sunday, El Ligero and Kaylee Ray was just amazing. It just, where they went, it was a case of where they didn't go in that small place, the Priory Centre in St. Neots. They went everywhere. It was just an amazing match. They just beat. I talked to Kaylee Ray afterwards, and I said, "I can't believe you're walking." She says, "I can't even believe I'm still standing." They put their bodies through hell, and what you thought was bad enough with the ladder match in October, this just took it to a whole different level. But it's like I said. I mean, Winter's saying, "Yeah, okay, I get the point." Saying it's like the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but the thing that does me is they did it. It does it in Japan. Everybody laughs and everything like that. And oh yeah, it's great. Do it over here in the United Kingdom. Oh, it's the stupidest thing you've ever seen. Blah blah blah. No, it's not. It's not. It's just the way. It's just his gimmick. Everybody needs a gimmick. Some people love it. Some people don't. And that's it. Some people love gimmicks in WWE. Some people don't like gimmicks in WWE. That's the way that goes. But if it plays him and it gets him noticed, let him do it. I bet TNA Wrestling are like going, shit, we dropped the ball with that fucker. We had quite a good time on Sunday, especially me meeting SoCal Val. So thanks to all the guys up there. Special mentions, everybody as usual, to all the people that I meet at Southside. John, Candy, Ben, Sarah, Mike Webby, usual brigade, Rob Maltman, Chris Flynn. Lots and lots of great guys I meet every single time. Gemma, all the gang, all the Southside gangs that goes. And we'll see you next year. I'm Northern. But it will be a good and fun thing to do. Right, looks like Nixie's bleeding blown us out here. I can't believe it. It looks like it's going to be my 200 short on my own. I'll just send her a message and see where the bleeding is she. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. There you go. Sent a message. She was only active 17 minutes ago, so she was on just before 11. And welcome back, Twisty the Clown. I know that name. There's you go. I had the pleasure of being on a podcast this week. Well, first show you alone. Why not? It's not my first show alone. I used to do these shows on my own all the fucking time. I did all these shows alone for about the first 3 months. Starting in September, we got to November, and it was a case of me doing on my own, and then Vendetta came along. And he started producing, and then we just started going from there. And I asked, if I remember right, with the history of British Wrestling Radio, I asked Seamus Island to be the presenter. He wouldn't do it because he wanted to keep his mystery thing about him. We had that, and then we had Vendetta saying, yes, I would like to be the presenter. And I said yes, and then all of a sudden, he decides to tell me that he can't speak fucking English. Which, and the famous line from somebody in a chat room said it's like listening to Michael Bisping and Joe St. Pierre talk wrestling. So that's what we got. That's one of the first reviews we ever had for British Wrestling Radio. That was one of the funniest things I remember. I'll always remember that. And yeah. Do I watch the darts? Yes, I do watch the darts. Yes, I've watched that all week. I love that sport to bits. It's a great one. If anybody in the United Kingdom has an Android phone, I'm just going to put you a present in this. If you get this app, you will see, you will have all the Sky channels, all BT Sport, Eurosport, everything on there, and it's that much. I'm not going for anybody in the darts. I'm just enjoying it. I'd like Barnabell to win it or Alan Norris, but I can't see it somehow. It was crazy. Excuse me a minute. I just need to get a quick drink. Excuse me one sec. Anyway, enough with the chit chat. Let's do this. Right. 2015 is going to be remembered for wrong chat. Yeah. Well, that chat room hasn't been in existence for the last bloody thing. I am very, very honoured. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind. Honestly, thank you very, very much. I'm an honorary member of the Wolfpack. Oh! Anyway, let's go through the highlights and the lowlights of this year. 2015 started with me getting the all clear. Very simply. Everybody knows the story. Well, everybody knows the story by now. I started with getting the official letter of remission saying that it's no longer, got a great chance of being cured, and that's how it started. Then it started that on the 23rd of January, I think it was, went to a charity show in Preston to raise funds for one Chris Travis at his charity show to make sure that he'd help him look after himself while he fought that awful disease called cancer. Now, through the biggest mountain of shit that two of the guys could have gone through, I can now class Chris as a good friend, a real good friend. And I can't knock that. I really can't. It's just one sometimes that when people just meet and it's through the most craziest circumstances. I mean, I've seen Chris wrestle all over the show in Sheffield, in Nottingham. I saw him wrestle in Stevenage, all over the place with Kirby, against Kirby, all over the place, against Sabu in Huntingdon. Everywhere I've been, I've seen Chris wrestle, and it's been amazing to watch him do so. To see him through this year, to fight back, and just look, you're not beating me, I'm doing it. It was announced in June that Chris would be making his comeback at Preston City Wrestling. He was making his comeback against Shay Samuels at PCW at the start of August. Now, ticket sales was going great. This was the thing, because it had Samoa Joe, it had Red Dragon tag team, it had some great talent on that show. But the moment it said Chris Travis is making his comeback, tickets just flew. They just went crazy and everything. So, night, bitch. So we did. As soon as it was announced, I begged, stole, borrowed anything I could. It cost me about 4 months of bloody washing up, whatever it was, to go. But I managed to go and went to Preston again to see Chris wrestle in his comeback. Very emotional. Very emotional to see Chris come through that curtain to his music after everything he went through and the way he fought back. I was there this year when he played for Sheffield Wednesday in a charity football match, because I thought it's the right thing to do. It was just, I've got to support him. So I went all the way from night shift, went up to Sheffield and came back and did a night shift. So I was whacked. I was dead. So that was that. Then we had, and Chris made his comeback at the start of August. Then he went from Preston on the Friday. He went up to Scotland on the Saturday and rest for Pro Wrestling Elite for Lionheart's promotion. And then Sunday he was in St. Neots for Southside Wrestling. So in the space of one weekend, I saw him at 2 of the 3 events, which I'm very, very proud of. The fact that I could see Chris at 2 of the 3. Then he wrestled a couple of weeks ago. Then they wrestled for Hope Wrestling. He wrestled for Progress, everything. And towards the end of August, these things Nixy's on her way. And Chris got to the end of August and he had these pains in his stomach again. And he's going, what the fucking hell's this? And halfway through September, I think it was middle of September, worst news possible came that Chris announced that he was retiring from professional wrestling. Nobody knew why, but he just said, I'm retiring. I remember the tweet. I'm retiring from professional wrestling. I'm just putting this out there. That is all. Then, a couple of days later, the worst news possible, that Chris's cancer had returned, which resulted in the removal of the rest of his stomach. And I was heartbroken. It was really one of the hardest things I've ever seen. But with Chris making his comeback and doing everything about it, we had a bit of I had a bit of like saying, oh, what the fuck is going on? No. And so I created this thing which became my greatest thing of 2015. Good evening.
Good evening at last.
Yeah, we're back into the new chat room.
Well, we can't really comment at the minute, can we? That would be mean.
No, well, literally, I've had to change it. So, I've just said to him, I just did it for finances, but go on. Have you been all right? We'll go back to the Chris thing in a minute. We'll get that all the way.
No, finish the Chris thing. Finish whatever you're talking about
all
first.
All right. I'll let you get sorted. I'll finish this Chris thing, and then we'll do that. We did... at the end of September, I just created this thing. I didn't realise... I just wanted it to go trending. I just wanted it trending to see if we could get Chris Travis trending on Twitter for him. For one day. Just get him trending. So, created this hashtag called Chris Travis Day. Where all it was going to people, if you've got a picture of you and Chris, or you're watching a Chris Travis video, or you've got something there, you've got a t-shirt, or anything to do with Chris, put a picture on, put it on Facebook, on Twitter. Hey, what?
Nothing, don't worry.
All right, and we got this Twitter thing, and it was just a case of just putting anything you got with his t-shirts, merchandise, anything you want. And it started at 6 o'clock in the morning on 30th of September. And by 10:30 that morning, it was trending. It has gone haywire. We had tweets from X-Pac, from Chris Jericho, from Kevin Owens, from wrestlers in America that had been... Chris Masters was involved. Every wrestler in the British Isles was doing it. Joey Hayes, El Ligero, Martin Kirby had gone mental. He'd been tweeting all these great pictures of him and Chris together as Project Ego through the years. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Mikey Rose from Sheffield, the Demolition Man from EBW, he was doing the same. It just went mental. The page on Facebook was just going twang, bang, 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 bang. And before we knew it, 11 o'clock come, looked at the list of trending. Number 1, Chris Travis Day. It was crazy. I've never thought it'd be that big. I just thought it'll be trending a little bit. No, it was trending all frigging day. I just sat back and going, no fucking way. Are you kidding me? Really? Is this really happening? Chris is number 1 in the United Kingdom. And you couldn't stop it. It was just... everybody was just going bang, bang, bang. And at the midnight, I sent Chris a message and I said, I hope it's been too bad for you. And I hope it's been cool. And he goes, it's been the best day of my life. And then unbeknown to anybody, he proposed to his girlfriend on Chris Travis Day, which just made it better. And he gets married next month. So to Whitney and to Chris, congratulations. I hope you have a great life together. Because you are going to have one hell of a life together. You know you are. And can't wait to see you again. And he's got a promise to keep to me anyway, because I'm playing for Sheffield Wednesday in the same charity match Chris played in. I'm playing for Sheffield Wednesday in July, so Chris promised me he's going to be there. So I've got to get myself the brightest, pinkest football boots I can find, and then we'll be all set to go for that. But throughout Chris's wrestling career, he started it in Sheffield. He's going from the depths of IPW to the boot camp show on Challenge, where he was so close to being winner of TNA boot camp. It was crazy. That's when it all went wrong. The cancer came in and everything, and he had to withdraw. He's an icon of British wrestling. There's no two words about it. Wherever you saw Chris, it didn't matter if he was in a singles match or whether he was dressing up as Spider-Man, didn't know whether it was going to be Venom, whatever it would be. Don't worry about me running around, I'll be fine. And Chris always gave you a great wrestling match, the best of it is. Whenever the people, you ask Steve Fludder at PCW, you ask Ben Old, you ask Harvey Dale at Hope, whenever they got big guys coming over from the States or big guys in the United Kingdom, they always had Chris with them because they knew that Chris could do magic. He'd worked with he's worked with Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Drew Galloway, you name it, he's worked with them. It's just been a who's who of NXT, really. Samoa Joe, he's worked with them all. There's nobody that Chris has not worked with. And when you look at NXT now, NXT was made for Chris Travis. It was made. If you ever Triple H wanted to see Chris, it was that. We started a campaign this year to it was going to be one of the campaigns to get Chris Travis on the Sheffield NXT show for the tour that they had over here. It was trending, Trav for NXT and all this happening and everything that kept going and going and going. And he's worked his butt off since the age of 16. He's now 31. For 15 years, Chris has been one of the best of this country's ever produced, whether it be in a wrestling or as a person, whatever it is. I'm so proud of him, the way that he's tackled this head on again. He's now he's been baptized. He's all the things he wanted to do. He's done well. I'm proud of him. I really, really am. He was in tears when I sent a Christmas present to him this year. I gave him one of my cancer hats that I had for my battle, and one of my favourite possessions of an Ultimate Warrior jumper. That's not the British Warrior radio jumper, but it's an Ultimate Warrior one. And I gave him that and a stack of PlayStation 2 games. So I gave him all them what he could do. But he was very, very emotional. The fact that I gave him the things that I had in my battle to keep me positive. So I'm hoping it does the same for him. So, without further ado, the latest name to go into the British Wrestling Radio Hall of Fame. There's no other word for it. The shooting star. The man from his own the man from the centre of his own personal interest. Chris Travis is in. No two words about it. And we'll put Project Ego in as well, in a little bit as well. But I've got to get chatting to this person here. Nixy!
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you recovered from that person who posted on there? On Facebook about Eve Marie being the greatest.
Oh no, let's not go there. It was only a joke.
If ever somebody wanted to be a troll, that was the day when you do it with Nixie. It was funny as anything to see him do that, but Nixie just went.
Hold me back with my words.
Yeah, you've had worse days. But, anyway, how you been? How's your Christmas?
Yeah, it was good.
Your present's next to me, by the way.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. If we didn't know that, me and Kaylee Ray had a great talk about Nixie as well.
Oh no.
But she's very, very...
No, now you've got to tell me what was talked about.
Very simply, all I said was, I run a show called British Wrestling Radio, and I've got my co-host is a massive, massive fan of yours, and she loves everything you do. And she went, she? And I went, yeah. Her name's Nixy Newman. She went, oh, right. Oh, so you have a female host of your show? I went, yes, I do. She went, well, that's unheard of. It's normally men that do it. I said, well, there is a few. I said, but Nixie was the first, because we've been going about 4 years now. So she's like, oh, right, fair enough. And she goes, I said, she loves everything you do. I said, you only have to mention Kaylee Ray, and boom, she's there. Whatever it is, she's there. She was there at Stevenage. It's broke her heart she couldn't be here today, because she's working. But she went, oh, don't worry. She says, just said to her, thank you for the support. I said, when you was on NXT, she went schizo. She's like... Yeah, she goes, when I got the phone call, I went schizo as well. So, but there's going to be big plans for Miss Kaylee Ray over the next few months. That's all I can say. I can't say another word.
Okay.
But my Christmas present from Nixie involved 3 pairs of Batman socks, which I thought was very cool, and something I am wearing on my wrist right now that says Connor's Cure. And it's not been off my wrist, and it's not coming off my wrist. But that is very, very kind, and thank you. And I hope my present is as good for you as yours is for me.
Okay.
So I think you'll like it. Anyway, so let's get down to business. Right, 2015. What's it going to be remembered for you?
Ooh. What, in terms of wrestling?
Yeah, what's been the highlights for 2015 for you?
I think one of them for you was sitting there watching me mark out in Stevenage, quite frankly.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But what about, I mean, when you've been watching the WWE, what's been the highlights of 2015?
It's like, do you know what? When you sit there and you go over it, you're trying to think. Your mind goes blank, doesn't it? What have you got?
Well, 2 words, Kevin Owens.
Well, yeah, him too.
That's got to be one of the highlights of the year. The emergence of Kevin Owens, who made his debut, I think it was in February. And then from that, look what he's done in just under 10 months. It's just, the guy's just out of this world. And then what did he do on Monday night? Job to fucking Neville.
Oh, don't go hating on Pac. I like him.
I'm not going on Pac. Don't get me wrong on that. But you've got the badass of WWE at this moment. He's the evilest motherfucker on the planet, and you get him jobbing to fucking Neville? Fuck off.
Nah, yeah. I liked it. It was only a little, but then look at what he did at the end of the night.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he killed Bleeding Ambrose and Neville, and yeah. So, yeah, we'll give him that.
Actually, he didn't actually come into the WWE until May.
No, he didn't.
Hey.
It was in NXT before...
Yeah, but main WWE roster, May.
Yeah, okay, it's been in 7 months then, yeah.
Good impact, 7 months though. Makes it even more cool, actually. And he only actually joined WWE in August 2014.
Yeah. It's frightening. To see... yeah, good point, Dave. Yeah, he could have lost to The Miz. Yeah, very good point. Overall, though, we've had, since we were last on, Roman Reigns is the champion now. Oh, there's a good question. Okay, ask questions in the chat room, see what we do with it. What was the worst pay-per-view of 2015?
Ooh.
I'll say Survivor Series, because everything went wrong 2 weeks before it. They had 2 weeks to put together a pay-per-view.
I did. And basically the whole of Survivor Series was on Paige versus Charlotte and the Wyatts versus Brother Destruction.
Yeah.
That was what the whole card was based around.
Yeah. Just 2 weeks before it, Seth Rollins gets injured and all these other injuries. Cena's out, Orton's out. Oh, Jesus. It was like Bella's are out, bleeding everything.
Hey.
Yeah, all right, but look at it this way. If you was a script writer, everything you've written for WWE went out the window in the space of days. Because literally, I had all these injuries. I've never known a year like it for the injuries in wrestling. Never. Absolutely amazing the amount of injuries we've had this year. Yeah, oh yeah, the terror attack threat. The postponement of Raw. The first time we ever had a postponement of Raw, do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, TLC was the worst.
TLC was pretty bad, actually. I'll give Eagles that.
I think, looking back, it's not going to be one of the vintage years of WWE is going to be remembered for. What do you think is going to be remembered? I mean, right, let's go through the things what everyone's going to go through with this year. Right, number one, the Divas Revolution.
How it epically failed.
The emergence of Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Bayley, the Four Horsewomen, Paige standing up. You've got, well, can't say Bella's, apart from the fact that she broke the record of AJ, which is the biggest travesty in the world, except for Bim. So if we go through, I mean, let's start at the start here. Match of the year, both of us agree, Bayley versus Sasha Banks, the night before SummerSlam. NXT.
Yeah.
Or did you have another match? Because I couldn't believe when the nominations came up it wasn't in that thing. I voted for Kevin Owens and John Cena because literally that was a great match. But
yeah, but to be fair, you haven't seen Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker Hell in a Cell, have you?
I've started it. I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, there you go. You can't comment, see.
I can't tell, but the matches I've seen this year, female easily Bayley versus Sasha, and the men's one, Owens versus Cena won when Owens won. But how would you rate WrestleMania for this year?
What happened at WrestleMania this year?
Seth Rollins cashing in his money.
Oh yeah, that.
The rookie of WWE, lost his first match to Triple H, but then got a title match later on in the year.
Sting.
Yep.
To be fair, we all did mark out during the Sting Triple H match, didn't we?
Oh yeah, come on! I went mental because the NWO came out, DX came out.
DX came out. AJ Lee and Paige defeated the Bellas.
Yeah. But we've got to. I mean, WrestleMania. WrestleMania. The last time we saw AJ Lee wrestle, you will ever see AJ Lee wrestle. I can't believe they didn't put him below. They had to put the fucking Bellas over though.
No, they didn't. They won.
No, they didn't.
They did. They won. AJ and Paige won.
Did they?
Yeah, because then there was about a big whole hoot. I remember it very well because the following week after she announced her retirement, there was actually a bit on there, and someone had said, "Oh, if we knew she was retiring, we wouldn't have had her win."
Oh right. I didn't think they won.
No, they did. Her and Paige won.
Yeah. So overall,
I was sad about AJ Twisted Clown.
Oh, you should know. I know AJ was mad. I used to see when it was announced. I was doing the charity show when it was announced that she retired. Jesus God,
I went up. So I was on a chat with you, and I went, "Shut up! Don't say anything. Listen to me now."
Yep, that's it. I was like, right, okay, fair enough. Stum, that's it. I'm keeping Stum. Here we go. Overall, overall, the Diva Revolution. How many marks out of 10 for it this year?
3.
3? Really?
Sucked.
You think they made a great debut of it and they just didn't live up to
Yeah.
What do you think to Charlotte being the champion at the moment? Is that a good thing for her?
I'm really not feeling Charlotte at the minute. I know that's bad to say.
Did you see that picture? That Photoshop picture?
Yeah.
What happened to her neck?
No.
If you've not seen it, please check it out on our page. The Charlotte picture of the front of a muscle magazine. They've chopped her neck off. It looks fucking stupid. Will we have said that 2015 has been a year that Paige will look back on and go, yes, I've improved better than I did in 2014?
Well, If wrestlers don't improve as time goes on, there's something wrong there, isn't there?
But would you say that she did what she did in 2015 past everything she did in 2014?
No, I don't think so. I think she's established herself more.
Yeah.
And she's, to a point, held the division this year. Until the entrance of probably Sasha and Charlotte and Becky. Although Becky seems to have been forgotten about.
I did watch Sasha Becky other night. I was really impressed with that. That was a real cool one.
Sorry, I slurped apart from the end.
Yeah. I think at the end of it, Sasha and Becky can do good matches, but what was wrong with that fucking crowd chanting boring? What the fuck?
I know. That's somewhat. Who was it? Noelle Foley, I think. She said on Facebook or on Twitter, you all chant for Sasha, but then when she comes out, you call her boring.
Yeah, absolutely true. Can't knock that one. Anyway, while we've been off the air, there was a certain event at Wembley Arena.
Oh yeah, NXT Live.
NXT Live. And all they're going to be remembered for is one thing. Hey, Bailey. Ooh, I want to know if you be my girl. Hey, Bailey. Ooh, Why can't I have been there with that? That would have been fucking amazing. Hey, what did you think to it then? NXT at London.
You're going to kill me, but I've only actually watched up until a certain match.
Yeah, same here. I've watched the women's match because I just wanted to see the Hey Bailey thing. But I
haven't seen that one yet. I'm the one before it. This cat is driving me mad.
Yeah. Cheers, Twisty, for spoiling it, you fucker. Stop doing spoilers, you shit.
Thank you. Now stop scratching the door.
Yeah. Do you think the tour's been a success? That tour will have do you think it's given that?
I think so, but the problem is that they completely made it overcharged, didn't they? I mean, we looked at going, and it was like 50 quid for a ticket.
Yeah, it was for the live event, yeah.
And that was a bit mad for me.
Did you hear that chant that they were doing as well? Mr. Missy put in our chat room. Jordan, 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 Gable, Gable, Jordan.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And that twat on Facebook that's how fucking disrespectful. If nobody saw it, good. If you did see it, mate, you've never seen me lose my rag on Facebook, ever. I don't think Nixie's ever seen me. But this dick went, oh, how disrespectful of that crowd to be chanting football chants and everything like that. Oh, and I'm like, what the fuck's he on about? And I just tore him to shreds. And I said, okay, so it's not alright, you don't like chanting, but it's better than chant for the chant to be chanting, this is awesome, when there's no fucking match on the bleeding thing. Twat. Absolute dick. I sent a message, I invited him on the show. I invited him on. I said, I am the owner of British Wrestling Radio. I hereby invite you to come on our show and have this conversation with me, face to face, voice to voice, everything like that. And the twat won't even reply to the message.
To be fair, I think a few of the other admins outvoted him on his words, didn't they?
Yeah, but what the fucking hell was he on about? Oh, it's disrespectful that they chanted for Arsenal Wenger. Who the fucking hell? Arsenal Wenger. It's Arsene Wenger, you dumb fucking twat. And it was just like, oh, you're a disrespectful crowd because you're doing football chants. Really? Is that the best fucking one you've got? You've got to be out of your fucking mind, you ignorant piece of shit. Fucking, you ask every fucking wrestler, including Bailey, fucking Anzanzo More, fucking Cass, Zack Ryder, all of them that was at fucking NXT. Fuck's sake. It was one of the best things they've ever done. And they fucking said it was disrespectful. Fuck off. Absolute fucking joke. I'm sorry, but when somebody has a go at British wrestling fans and everything. We're the best in the fucking world. There is nobody to fucking touch us. Nobody. And I'm saying it now. There ain't nobody better than the Brits for the fucking crowd. Even that. Football's all fake anyway. Yeah, true. But anyway, it's 200th show, and what would it be without me doing a little rant anyway? So there we go. As long as you don't mention fucking Candy Crush, I don't give a shit. Candy Crush.
Someone please quickly send him a request for fun.
Don't, because I've blocked them all. You can't send me Candy Crush requests. I've blocked them.
Oh, God, someone please send him a Candy Crush request.
It's just now I'm getting them for fucking Cookie Jam. I'm getting Cookie Jam? What the fucking hell is Cookie Jam? It's... I'm just getting... Oh, you've been requested for this. It's fucking Cookie Jam. What the fuck? Fucking bleeding Cookie Jam. Shit, that. But no, fuck that shit. Oh. Anyway, like we said, the highlights of this year has just been, I mean, for me, it's been Owens. Seeing the rise of individual wrestling, the resurgence of British wrestling. I mean, we've had Progress Wrestling selling out shows in under 15 to 18 minutes. We've had ICW selling out an arena that holds over 4,000 people. And now they're taking it to the biggest arena in Scotland next year.
Oh, shit.
For the Fear and Loathing 9. To have everything what they've done, to go to see British Wrestling, PCW now, I've got rid of over 2,000 tickets for an event that's over 6 months away. Everywhere you're going now, it's sold out. The days of you being able to turn up to a wrestling show now are long gone, because you now got to buy your tickets before. It is great to see. I mean, me and Nick, I know you've only been to a couple this year, Nick, but that atmosphere at Stevenage was just amazing for you, weren't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the first time I've seen a match like that in front of my eyes. I've only ever watched it on a screen before.
But there's been great things about it. I mean, you look at all the year, and you've got all these people coming over. Over the next few months, we've got Carlito, who's coming over in February. He's also at the Mystery Island in February. We've got, like I said, SoCal Val will be there Saturday. There you go. That's 2 fucking mentions now for the Mystery Island in Birkenhead Market on Saturday at 2 all day. Will be SoCal Val. She will be picked up on the train station by Mr. Mystery himself in our chat room. So we've got that. But there is this great things. I mean, at Stevenage in April for Southside, you've got EC3 and Mr. Anderson. Now, if anybody's going to be next to me when he comes out, you know what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to do the Mr. Anderson fucking entrance music by a mile. Highlights of this year, wrestling-wise for me, at least with the British scene, it's just been great. Low lights. Has there been things that's been embarrassing this year for you? The embarrassing things of 2015?
I don't know. I'd have to have a think about that one.
I've got one.
Go on.
The demise of TNA wrestling.
Oh, that's not embarrassing. That's just sad.
Well, like I said before you came in, I had a chat with Rockstar Spud, and he says there's big things planned, so I'm going to give him another chance.
When did you have a chat with Rockstar Spud?
Sunday.
Oh yeah, he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was one of them that got thrown over by the penis of power from Joey Ryan. 5 wrestlers got thrown over by the penis of power. You've got to see it to believe it, Nick. You've just got to see it to believe it. And it's on YouTube as well. And it's also on the Southside Wrestling page, so you can watch it. That's all I'm going to say. Who is the most... Oh, we'll go to this one. Here's one for you, Nick. Who is the most underrated WWE wrestler? Dolph Ziggler.
By WWE, yeah, not by the fans.
WWE or Bray Wyatt. Yeah, good choice. Yeah, forgot the Wyatts. Yeah. And most underrated wrestler overall. British-wise, Martin Kirby.
Oh, that's not very nice.
No, it's not underrated. It's just underrated by the fact that everything he does, he deserves to be like main event status times and all that. I mean it that way. It's just that Marty Scurll, Marty Scurll's overlooked. Kirby, definitely. Everybody's like with Jack Jester and the ICW. Kirby works at all the shows. He works for ICW. He works everywhere. So by the time these people started giving him the belt, I mean, his angle at fucking PCW with the fucking Joey Hayes going, Martin! It's just hilarious. It's just one of the funniest things I've ever bloody seen this year. The song they have for that is just crazy. But Martin! But I think it's great. Joey Hayes is another one. Joey Hayes and Bubblegum. But Bubblegum's now the champion in TNT Extreme. There you go. Another plug for TNT Extreme. Bubblegum. Oh, fuck off. Oh, get fucked. Don't start on that one. Do you know, I asked Ross Briffett, right? I asked Ross, name a highlight of British Wrestling Radio. What did he come up with? Bum fluff. Fucking bum fluff. I think this year, when you look back, I mean, the lowlights for me is fucking watching the Bellas every week on fucking Raw. That's just the... So, I've heard that she'll find out at the end of January whether she can wrestle again.
I know.
You're crossing every fucking thing you've got, aren't you?
In a mean way, yeah. I know that sounds really bad.
Oh.
I know that sounds horrible, but... The problem is they are still part of the problem in that company.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think this year has got to be a vintage one for John Cena. Has to be.
He's not done bad.
He's not
exactly been in the main title picture, which has been nice.
But look at the matches he's had. With all of them this year. I mean, wrestling every week on Raw with that US title has just took him to a different level.
That's the thing, is that it has given the title a bit more prestige.
Yes. Yeah, and I think now with Alberto Del Rio, nobody saw that fucking comeback return coming back. Yeah. Here's one. What's been your favourite return of the year? I know what mine were. Dudley's. Easy,
because no one saw that coming. We all knew Sting was coming.
Yeah.
You know, no one knew the Dudleys were coming. It was just like, what?
It was even when Bubba came to the Royal Rumble. When he came out of the Royal Rumble, it was like, what the fuck?
But then he went back to TNA and it was like, oh, that's obviously not. And then it was just suddenly, what, they're there?
Yeah, and then Dudley's came out. And then Alberto Del Rio, because nobody knew he was fucking there. Alberto Del Rio. But, do you know the worst reaction for the return there's been this year? It's Chris Jericho.
Really?
You know when he came back, when he was tagging with Ambrose and Reigns?
Oh, good, I'll clear out the Pringles.
When he came back for that tag match with Ambrose and Reigns.
Yeah.
He came out and everybody was like, oh, is he back again? Oh, okay.
Oh, shit, man.
He's made more fucking comebacks than Frank Sinatra. But it's been I mean, we'll all have them bad years. What did I say last show about the ratings with WWE, and who did I say would come back? I said the ratings are so bad that WWE will go back to the old ways and they will bring back a certain person. And what did they do? They brought back Vince McMahon.
That's what they always do, though.
It did, and then all of that, and all of a sudden they put the fucking belts on Roman Reigns. It's like, can you imagine if you're Sheamus? It's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's not going the way we wanted to. Let's put the belt on Roman Reigns, and then we can build Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but the joke of all of that was that about 2 or 3 weeks before, everyone was booing him.
Yeah. But it's same all over. It's the WWE audience, isn't it? It's just 1 minute you're like, oh. It's just the way that WWE changes everything and makes people don't expect things. You knew it as soon as he said. Do you know what did me? As soon as he said, if Roman Reigns loses that match, he will be fired. As soon as he said that, I went,
you knew he was going to win.
Yeah, I just said, there you go. He's won the title straight away. It was not. You don't even have to watch it. It was, yeah, okay, there you go. He's won it because as soon as you put that stipulation in, it's as soon as you put that stipulation in, it's like, okay, fair enough. Here we go. Bang, that's it. Go. And why is Rhino looking like a member of the Wyatt family these days? I looked at Rhino when he was on and I'm going, what the fuck? Is he going to come out in a pair of dungarees and a t-shirt next week? And,
sorry. Okay.
Do you know what would be the perfect fit for the... Do you know which tag team from the 90s would be the perfect fit for the Wyatts? Godwins. Remember the Godwins?
Oh, I was going to say, like the Hillbillies.
Yeah, the Godwins.
Hillbilly Jim and all that, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, that's them. That were the Godwins with Hillbilly Jim.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
What is a dungaree?
Oh, no, who said that? I bet it was Lance.
Oh, fucking hell, I've said something now. Dungarees are very simply overalls that come all the way up to your front. They've got this flap at the front that you fasten with the two straps that go over their shoulders.
Overalls.
Yeah, if you look at a TV show called Rainbow, they all wore dungarees in that show.
Willow wore dungarees in the first series of Buffy, Lance.
Yeah, I wore a pair of dungarees and I wore them very, very coolly. I didn't wear them round my shoulders at all. I was hip and trendy when I wore my dungarees.
Sorry.
If there ever was such a thing of me being hip and trendy. But no, I think when you look back at the Wyatts this year, we've got Braun Strowman, who Ziggler, just the black sheep of the family. But if the plans are going to be true that Bray Wyatt is going to turn face with the family, and feud with the League of Nations, the fucking League of Nations.
I like them.
It's the League of the Jobbers, isn't it? Because you got fucking Rusev, you got bleeding King Barrett, who they found. Well, what can we do with King Barrett now? Again, we've dropped the ball with that. You've got Sheamus, and you got fucking Alberto Del Rio. Fucking League of Jobbers. It's the League of Jobbers, I call it. All it needs is Zack Ryder to go woo woo woo, and he's fucking in there. LON. Look, League of Nations is good. But overall, 2015, it's not been a vintage year by any standards, but it's been vintage year for the British scene. It's like we said, record crowds everywhere, sold out signs going up. It's just phenomenal to be a British wrestling fan at this moment. And with all the plans that's coming for 2016, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There is a bubble. It might burst. Who knows? But it's fucking awesome at this moment while we're doing it. Have you been watching Breaking Ground?
I haven't, no, unfortunately.
Don't worry. It's good because it gives you the backseat. They showed the bit when Triple H told Bayley and Sasha that they was going to go 30 minutes in a 9-woman match. And he says, we're not putting it in the main event. It's because you are the main event. Right. And I'm going to make... What's your prediction? Here we go now. Predictions. Now, we're going to do these predictions, and then in a year's time, we're going to play this show and then see exactly what happened with our predictions. Right. Predictions. Women's division in the WWE.
I'd like to see Bayley go up to the main roster and get a title run.
I'm gonna, you are gonna fucking kill me.
Oh no!
I am so glad I am at a headset here. I bet you now that Eve Marie will be a Divas champion before Bayley will.
Unfortunately, you're probably right.
Think? Think that's true?
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree.
Eve Marie will be Divas champion before Bayley will be. And that is Or Paige breaks the Bella's record. Maryse won the Divas belt and she only had 5 moves, and boy, 2 of them was phenomenal. That's all I'll say about Maryse. It's the fact is, Eve Marie's a champion, and look at the way she's been a heel at this moment.
She's not a heel, she's hated. There's a difference. We've been through this.
Yeah, but Vince McMahon will just see that as money. And you know,
no one's paying to see her.
People will pay to see her getting the shit kicked out of her. And you know that as best as you put Eve Marie if you put Eva Marie on the main roster and you put her in the title match and she wins, what happened with the Montreal Screwjob ain't nothing of what's going to happen to Eve Marie when she walks out of that fucking ring backstage. They will throw everything at her.
Good.
And that's true. I'll say that. When Eve Marie wins the title, they'll throw more crap in that ring than they did when Hulk Hogan turned heel with NWO. And that was bucket loads, if I remember rightly. Anyway, predictions. 2016. So, Divas. I've done my Eva one. Eve Marie will be champion before Bayley will be. What's yours? Paige will come out and tell everybody to go fuck themselves and come back home.
I think Paige might have a long holiday soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, she's been going and going and going since what? Last April?
Yeah, she did do that TV. She did do filming that film, didn't she? Santa's Little Helper.
Yeah, but I reckon she'll take an extended, couple of month break soon, and she's bloody well earned it, so...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I really think she...
Do we think the Divas Revolution will carry on? Do you think Sasha Banks will take the Divas to a new level? No? Alright, I think she's disappeared next.
Oh, my brother come in the room, sorry.
Alright. No, it's, do you think Sasha Banks will take it to a different level next year?
I'd like to see it happen. I think the thing is, if Vince lets it happen and Bayley comes up, then you've got Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley in there and Paige, it would just be incredible. And I think then they would see that the women can draw, but they've got to be given the time and the money to do it.
Yeah. Dave in our chat room, Sarah Knight will be Saraya Knight will be on WWE TV in a storyline. Be an amazing storyline, mother and daughter. Ooh, fucking hell. Hey, forget mother and daughter. You should see fucking what she's like on Facebook. Fucking hell. There's a page, WAW Wrestling Fans, right? Fucking hell. Somebody's been posting shit about Paige. Jesus. Wrong fucking thing to do is put shit about Paige up and fucking pictures of Paige. Jesus. Wrong thing to fucking do. Very much wrong thing. Men's wise. Let me think. I don't think, as much as it pains me to say, I don't think they'll put the belt on Kevin Owens just yet. What do you reckon? No, I don't think Kevin Owens will be world champion in 2016. Bray Wyatt, there might be and I just think that Bray Wyatt might be pushed next year, finally. Got to get that in the win, but Cesaro will go back to being a tag team with Tyson Kidd. I can see that happening again. I think, otherwise, I keep looking at Kevin Owens. I do really do. NXT-wise, Finn Balor will be Intercontinental Champion before the end of the year. Obviously. Finn Balor will definitely hold the IC belt. We can see that easily coming. Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will reunite to be the Shield again. That'll come back. Whether as a heel or whether as a face, don't know. But the Shield will definitely be reuniting next year. See that. What's your predictions, male-wise? I've just said Finn Balor will be IC champion.
Yeah, I heard you say that. I heard everything you said. I just couldn't say anything back.
Yeah, okay.
What can I see happening? Apart from this cat coming back. Zack Ryder, I reckon Zack Ryder might get released next year. Please don't hate me for saying that, but I really can see it.
I think Zack Ryder will end up being TNA World Champion by the end of the year.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm serious. Zack Ryder will be TNA World Champion before the end of the year. Cena heel turn. Never happened. The Undertaker to have one last run as champion. Nah, he's done. One more match, that's it. Done. Kane will retire. I think Kane will definitely retire. Or 2017, because it'll be 20 years as Kane. 2017.
I reckon if the two of them go, they're going to go together.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Goldberg?
Yeah, Goldberg's been discussed for SummerSlam, I think, or something like that.
Oh, no.
I hope not as well.
The Slammies. Come on, we'll get back to that. What do you think to the Slammies show?
Fixed.
Come on, let's get you go, because you had a fucking go at me, and I'm like, what the fuck are you on about here? And then I watched it and went, oh, I get you now.
It was fixed. It was obvious that most of it was fixed.
Yeah, we always knew fucking the Slammers have always fixed. Apart from when Owen Hart used to get the belts, when he used to get the titles.
I mean, like, another thing, New Day have taken off this year, yet the Usos won Tag Team of the Year.
The Usos was injured for fucking most of it.
Well, one of them was, but
the Usos, how the fuck can you give a tag team to somebody that they weren't fucking wrestling for most of the year because one of them was injured?
Yeah, just answer Mr. Mystery, right? Do the Slammies matter at all? They do to a point where they tell the fans that they're chosen by them, but they're not. That's lying, and it's false advertising, and it's actually against the law, I believe.
The Slammies are the Argos of wrestling. I'll say that now. The Slammies are the Argos of wrestling.
I'm now going to wait for Lance to ask what Argos is.
Yep, fair enough. But Argos is a department store that you go in and you're looking through catalogues and you buy things. They come out and they never, ever, ever are the things that you bought. There's something missing, something there, or they try and fob you off with something that you don't want. And trust me, I know because I used to work for Argos.
Can we answer Eagles? Can we answer Eagles?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Because the thing was, that was the point in time where I sat there and went, fix. Because, alright, yes, the Bellas have a fan base, we'll accept that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of poor, deluded souls out there. But the point I'm going to make to you, and riddle me this, how could they have created and scripted that segment without already knowing who was going to win the slamming? How could they have done that? They couldn't have. Therefore, it was already decided that Nikki was going to win and that Paige was going to do that whole Miss Universe piss take. Therefore, it's faked. You wasted your time if you voted.
It is. It's sort of thing. And I fully agree. Let's, excuse me. Well, always the same, innit? You just can't believe that some of the things that's happening. I mean, they try and fob us off saying, oh, WWE this, oh, you fans mean everything to us. Why did they say that, remember that bleeding pay-per-view, Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Sunday?
Something like that.
And they said, oh,
Cyber
the fans
Sunday, all those things.
And the fans voted for that. Did they fuck? It was obvious who voted for them fucking pieces of shit.
How they wouldn't, because let's look at it logically. How would they plan 3 or 4 different types of match in advance. They couldn't.
No.
3 or 4 different. I mean, say you've got someone versus someone, and there's about 4 possibilities of who it's. How could you plan 4 different? Because I mean, everybody's different. I mean, say you put, say, like Neville, and then you've got a choice of Kevin Owens, Kalisto, or John Cena against him. All 3 different types of wrestlers. You've got planned 3 different ways of competing. You wouldn't do it.
It was just absolute. I mean, WWE. I swear to God. I think Vince. Everybody says, "Oh, Vince is losing touch." Blah blah. This, everything like that. Blah blah blah. Vince is losing his grip. Blah blah. Yeah, he's 70 years old, and fucking his acting is getting worse. Isn't it? I mean, this is the company that he got arrested Sunday, and you got Stephanie going, "Daddy," as though she's like doing the Princess Stephanie from 1998 again.
That was more 2000, but okay.
Oh, come on. You're bleeding 1998 when she was with Ministry and all that.
That's 99.
Well, fucking pull me out. Well, it's still bleeding, not before your fucking bleeding year. I forgot. Yeah, you know all that. But it was like, Daddy, and all that shit. And, oh, fucking hell. Yeah. 70 years old and kicked Roman in the nuts. Yeah, and he fucking missed.
That mugshot was hilarious, though.
Ah, fuck's sake. Give me a
It was
break.
funny. No, that propped up on the screen and I died. That was so funny. I know it was a fake thing, but the picture of it was so funny.
Oh. But, where do you think they're going to go with this thing? I mean, we've got Bleeding Big Show entering the Royal Rumble at number 1.
Thing is, they can never really get a Royal Rumble wrong. I've always said that.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they did.
When?
Fucking Batista won it. That was the one when they got that fucker wrong.
No, but I mean the actual match as a whole. It's very much in a way like a Money in the Bank or a ladder match. They can't get them wrong. They can do no wrong.
When you look at the people that's in it, all you got to ask yourself is, are they gonna go with? Are they fit to headline? Are they fit to main event WrestleMania?
No, it's not about the winner. The winner is obvious for weeks before the show, and that's a bit irrelevant.
Yeah.
What I mean is the actual match as a whole. Something like Royal Rumble is probably a lot of improvisation, right? There's no real idea of what, you know when you're going out, you know who's going to win. I'm only saying this because, you're going to say, I've been in a Royal Rumble.
How did you know I was going to say that? Excuse me, but I'm not saying nothing.
So a lot of it is kind of improvisation and on-the-spot decisions. So from that aspect, they can be more fun because there's no real running pace of everything that's happening, if that makes sense.
I'm not going to say anything about Royal Rumble. All I knew was, very simply, when I did that Royal Rumble a few years ago, very simply, was Maximilian walked up to me and said, "You're throwing me out of the Rumble." And I went, what? And he goes, no. I'm the biggest heel. You get the biggest cheer. I will get booed out of the building. You're going to throw me out of the Rumble. And that was it. Everything else was just made up as I was in the ring. That was the way it went. And they were just like watching it. When they was rehearsing and things like that, to watch them all go at it was just a pleasure to see it in front of your eyes because it was something you don't get to see. And I just thought it was amazing. But Brock Lesnar, do you think Lesnar's going to be in the Rumble?
So people think he's going to win it.
Yeah. I think the worst Rumble to win it, though, was that year when Batista won it, because remember, everybody thought Daniel Bryan was coming out, and out came Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio, the poor bugger, he got booed out of the fucking building. But 2016, it's going to be good. What's your hopes for British wrestling in 2016? Who would you like to see come over from the United States? If you had a choice of any wrestler from the United States coming over for the British scene, who would you like to see?
That's not fair.
Why?
That's just mean.
If you could choose a male or a female wrestler to come over and say they're coming over to the United Kingdom to wrestle, or just to make an appearance, who would you be?
there's no one who logically do it. There's so many, like, you could go through so many legends and that.
Yeah. Well, Honky Tonk Man's coming over for a tour with Rob Maltman. He's doing that tour next year. So I want to go to that because the stories he'll tell will just be amazing. Good point. Absolutely great point, Dave. Yeah, UK doesn't need imports to succeed anymore.
It doesn't, no. That was going to be my next thing.
Absolutely right.
I mean, when we go to shows, I'm pretty much I'm a bit to a point of a blank space. I go with normally no idea what matches are coming up, no idea kind of what's coming.
Well,
some basic knowledge of who might be there, but I'm not necessarily there for the Americans.
Are you ready for this, Nick? February 20th, Saturday, St. Neots, 2 shows in one day. Right? Last Man Standing. Styx versus Joe Connors.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Saturday.
Oh, see, that's tempting to think about.
Yeah.
Because I've got to take a certain amount of Sundays off.
Yeah.
With my last 10 days of holiday. So I could in effect do that. I might have to worry about getting back. Although St. Neots isn't really that far, is it?
No, St. Neots, no, it's not.
But
there is loads of things coming up next year, and I've just seen them, and in the first week of February at the Mystery Island shop in Birkenhead in Merseyside, Rockstar Spud is also doing an appearance now. If I had to pick anybody from overseas to come over, well, Blue Pants is coming over to start with, so that's going to be cool to see Blue Pants at St. Neots. If I had to choose any female, whether it'd be for an appearance or just for wrestling or anything, Kelly. Just have a photograph took with her, be great.
Why?
Because I had to be photograph took with SoCal Val, so Kelly would also be good for that. Wrestling though, if she could still do it, she'd still do it, and that'd be Trish Stratus. That'd be my dream. Kelly, no. Somebody's actually took me fucking serious. Everyone took me serious for that one. Male-wise, well, everybody knows my favourites for fucking male wrestling, but we'll have to see. Mr. Anderson's coming, so I'm going to be over the moon at that. We'll see what happens. We don't. It's like Mr. Mystery says in our chat. UK wrestling don't need imports. We don't need them. We definitely don't need the imports. They help. Don't get me wrong. They're great, but we don't need them.
It's not 100% necessary anymore.
No, we're not, because we get great wrestlers. I mean, when you've got people like Nikki Storm, Nixon Newell, Kaylee Ray, Viper, so all these great girls that's wrestling at this moment, Lana Austin I saw on Sunday. There's so many more that's breaking through now. It's just out of this world. And then on the male side of the things, you've got Styx, Marty Scurll, Martin Kirby, Joey Hayes. Thousands and thousands and thousands of great guys at this moment. I'm saying thousands and thousands, but there is. There are all these wrestlers that are breaking through now, coming through and everything. Tyler Bate, Noam Dar still again, and you've got all these fans. Dave Mastiff, there you go, I said him, Dave Mastiff. Marking out moment of the 21st century, Dave Mastiff, by a mile. You can't knock it. You cannot knock the talent that we've got. When you pay to see a show, you're paying to watch great wrestling. And that's the thing. Grado, I don't know what to do with Grado now. I know he's the ICW champion. What's the future hold for Scotland? What's the future hold for Scottish Wrestling Entertainment? Who knows? They've put all their Alpha Lycra show on YouTube. They're with China and all that. And you've got You've got Pro Wrestling Elite. You've got ICW. You've got all these great, great promotions up there in Scotland that are doing it every single week or every weekend. There's always a great, great things. You travel all over the place and you do great things. Now, I haven't forgot. We've still got one person to put. We'd put Chris in earlier on for the Hall of Fame, and it's easy. But you can't put Chris in without putting his tag team partner in as well. Because Chris's tag team changed, was another one that set the standards for wrestling. Nix, you've seen Project Ego.
I have.
What do you reckon to him?
Loved them.
They're good wrestlers against each other, and they're great wrestlers with each other. No matter where you went, they started together. IPW, the longest reigning IPW champions in that company's history, in that short company's history. But you had lots and lots of great memories with Chris and Martin. I was there one of the last times they wrestled together when they won the Southside Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Real cool. Seeing him at one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in my life. If anybody... no, he's not doing the mask anymore. No. The funniest thing I've got about Martin Kirby and Chris, they were first in... I've got a couple. The first time I ever went to see wrestling was Southside's first anniversary show, and it was Chris versus Martin. And Martin and Chris was going all the way around the arena at the Priory, and very simply, they got to a stage where Kirby tried to throw Trav off the top of the balcony. I remember that, and that was funny. And then Chris went up to this kid who had a hat on, grabbed hold of his hat and walked away. Hit Kirby, and then turned around, and this kid just stood there and going, "Can I have my hat back?" And then Chris just literally took this hat, and Chris always oiled himself. He looked really, really good with his oil and everything like that. And he just rubbed this hat all over his oily body and just threw it straight in this kid's face. And this kid and to show that kid's never been back again. He's never been back since. It's been the funniest thing in the world. Never been back to a wrestling show since. One of the other memories is up in Hope Wrestling. Me and Nixy was there. And just to see... It was in a match against the Battle Squad Awesome and all these other guys. And then Chris disappeared and came back out as Venom or Spider Trav, whatever you want to call it. And it was just hilarious. And going, Martin, Kirby, and all this. So funny. And the last one, which is the funniest one, it was Southside Wrestling at Stevenage. And it was a couple of years back now. I think it was 2013. I'm sure it was. It was Kirby and Trav versus Davey Richards and Michael Elgin. And before you started it, Michael Elgin threw Chris Travis out. And as Chris hit the deck, he stood up and slipped on what was a wet floor. Completely thought he twisted his knee. That's why I'm laughing. I can still see it. And if it's on the DVD, it'll be even fucking funny. He just literally, he slipped on this cola. He slipped on this wet stuff that Tommy Dreamer, somebody had spilt earlier on in the day. So Chris looked to the top of the stairs. He ran all the way to the top of the stairs, grabbed this yellow sign that said wet floor, ran all the way back down the stairs and plonked it in the middle and went, "That's where that should be. Excuse me, I've got a match to wrestle," and jumped back in the ring. I've never laughed so hard in my life. It's one of them things that you just to see it, you just don't believe it, but you just crease up. And afterwards, you just said to him, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "No, I nearly broke my fucking neck on bleeding wet floor because somebody fucking spilled their drinks. They're twats." So funny. Absolutely so funny. It nearly broke. It really was an amazing thing. It's exactly is. I mean, Nixy, are you there now? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when you saw Ego at Hope, it was like, what the fuck are they doing? But
I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, that's it. It's fun, isn't it? They do it as fun. And that's the thing Martin Kirby and Chris Travis have always done. They've wrestled fun. And they've wrestled great. And you can't knock them for that. Have you read that in the chat room? Sabu slipped on a Jaffa cake in Huntingdon and got it all the way up his trousers, and somebody thought he had shit on the floor.
Oh no. To be fair, that sounds like just another Sabu botch if you ask me, but
Sabu were great in Huntingdon. Superb.
Going and buying his chairs from Wilkinson's.
Here's something of interest for Winter's Lair and you.
Go on.
Early next year, Southside Wrestling are going on demand.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
You told me about that.
I don't know how the ins and outs of it, but you will be able to buy any event. I think it's running the same. I think it might be running the same way as PCW do theirs. You buy it for a year or something, you watch it, and then that's it or something. But if you want to watch Southside Wrestling, and I know Winters will, because he'll want to watch the event he was at. So he'll be able to watch it and watch it to his heart's content, really. But that's coming through, Southside Wrestling on demand. So that will be happening next year. So that'll be a good and dandy. Anyway, we'll get back to it. So Chris Travis is in the Hall of Fame, and he's also our very, very first, and looks like will be our only two-time Hall of Famer. We got Chris is in. You've got to put Project Ego in, and you've got to. It is not a thing for Chris and everything, Martin. Martin Kirby was very, 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 very nice and everything on Sunday when he was talking to me. So, but it's going to be cool. It's cool for them, and I'm going to make sure we get a nice little plaque for them both, so they can have that. Because it's only fair. I'll get something made up that says they're in a Hall of Fame, and it means the world to me, and it means the world to. I know it means the world to me, to Nixy, to everybody involved. Right. Now you can ask me, why have we got our name of BritishWrestlingRadio.com?
Why are we not doing BSRS anymore?
Nope. Now,
we're not.
Reason being, it is cheaper. I said it earlier on when you weren't here. It's cheaper for 2 years at this address than it is for me renewing BSR for 1 year. To renew BSR would cost £25. I've got this for £1 for the whole year. And I've got it for 2 years, and I've paid £9 for the second year. So for £10, we've got this website for 2 years.
Makes a lot of sense.
A lot of sense. And I tried every other way I knew. I was going to change it to Sports Maniacs, Sportmania, WRG Sports, which stood for Wrestling, Rugby and NFL, Good Gridiron. I tried everything, and then do you know what? I thought, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's go to the show that's on there 50 odd weeks a year. It's the one that's done everything all right, and we had BWRradio.com, but I couldn't have that because apparently it's still registered. So, thought BritishWrestlingRadio.com. So there we go. I got it right, and the other shows will still be there. So the other shows will still be part of it, but it's just now under this address. So we'll get it all going. Have you got anything to finish on the last day of the year? Oh yes, come on then. Right, here we go. It's our 200th show.
Yeah.
200 shows of this thing that we do together. Right? If you mention the fart episode, I will kill you. Is there been any other highlights of British Wrestling Radio throughout the 200 shows that have made you smile?
What?
Is there any guests or anything we've ever had on, or the things we've done that's made you laugh your head off and think we did good then?
Oh, when we had Madman Manson, that was funny. He was good. Yeah. I wish, you know what, I wish I could go back and do that again though, because I just would have sat here and asked him the most random stuff.
That's the question I was going to ask you. If you could go back to any show and do it again, which one would you do?
Yeah, that or our first charity show. Because someone was supposed to let me know when Diana Hart-Smith came in, and they did
That was
not.
the second.
Was that the second? Okay.
I think if I could go back and do any different show different, I'd do the first charity show different, because that twat that fucking trolled us for 24 hours, I'd have had this chat room and I'd have had it straight away, and I'd have bust his ass fucking straight out of that.
Don Gonzalez.
Yeah. Oh, fuck me, yeah. For those who don't remember, do you want to tell the story about this?
Oh, you're better at it than me.
We had this lad on, and we said to him, he goes, "Oh, I'm a big Undertaker fan." And we just said to him, "Oh, okay, yeah." And he's giving all this thing about Undertaker. And we, "Oh, yeah, do Undertaker." And he goes, "Yeah, what's your greatest match for Undertaker?" And he said, "Giant Gonzalez, WrestleMania 9. And me and you just went, "What? Really? What?"
Yeah.
If I could go back as well, I wouldn't have been so rotten to Francis. That kid Francis that turned up 20 hours into our 24-hour show and decided to tell us that St. John Cena was the greatest wrestler in the world.
Oh, that was just like moth to a flame, wasn't it?
We'd been up over 20 hours each. We'd been all the way through this show. And this guy turns up and just went, "Oh, yeah, by the way, John Cena made CM Punk." And we were just going, fucking hell. It really, really was so fucking funny. And the way we just did it. And Francis was just mental kicks. I remember that. I wouldn't fart on air. I wouldn't have farted on air. If going back, I would have had a headset from the very first episode of British Wrestling Radio. That is the one thing I would... Because if I'd have had a headset, you would have never heard me fart.
And all this would never have happened.
Yeah, the perfectionist. Oh my fucking God, him. Oh, there's been so many great, great moments. I think Ryan Clark and Matt Boone coming on was one of the highlights for me, because yes, we know they don't do it anymore, and yes, there's been troubles this year, and I get that, but without Ryan and without Chris Hawler, there wouldn't be a British Wrestling Radio. The fact that we got them in the show together was just an absolute dream for me. I loved every single minute of that. It was one of the highlights for me. One of the highlights I know for Nixy was when Nigel McGuinness said to Nixy, "Are you an EastEnder?" I remember that day. That was really cool. But so, Man Manson was your favourite guest?
He was my favourite guest, but I would love to go back and do it again.
Who was your favourite guest?
Pardon?
Favourite guest?
I don't know. Nigel McGuinness, I can't go for anyone else, can I? Totally frigging biased.
If I had to go for anyone, I always liked the Attitude Era guy, Kevin.
Oh yeah, he was good. I wish we could get him back.
I loved him. I did love having Georgia Smith and Dinah Smith on, because if anybody wants to hear me completely gobsmacked for hours, it was me, because I didn't swear once.
Yeah. You told me off for swearing, actually.
And I was on my best behaviour. But to me, the best guest ever happened this year. Since day one I met him, I wanted him on the show. And when I met up with him and I said, would you come on my show, please? And he went, yeah, I'll be on. So just name the date and I'm there. And this year it happened. So emotional afterwards. It was like everything adjusted. I went, there you go. Ding. Ticked. Got it. Done. That's it. Spot on. And it was Chris Travis. No one else. I just wanted Chris on more than anything else on the show. And to get Chris on was just phenomenal. That was the highlight of this year. The 30-hour charity show I did this year for the Woodlands. I played some shit records. I played some fucking terrible records in that 30 hours. I think I played fucking Shake It Off Taylor Swift about 20 fucking times. I played some really, really, really awful records. But we've had a blast. And I just want to say to this other person at the end of my headset, I wouldn't have done 50 if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't have done 50, I wouldn't have done 60, 70. When we did the 100th, I was like, yeah, that's it, we've done 100. To do 200 shows with this girl at the other end of my headset has been absolute a pleasure, and it's been an honour to have us doing this. It's been one heck of a thing. We've had some right blowouts. I think I've quit about nearly every other bleeding week.
Yeah, for the first couple of months, that was what you did.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. I didn't think I was good enough to do this. I really didn't. I just thought, no, there's a lot more people better than me. But you know what? Not anymore. Because, like we said, we're the only ones left. There's just anything like that. The thing I'm most proud of is all these other podcasts, all these other interviews and things like that. And there's shows out there that do this, and before they've even got themselves established, they're asking promotions for DVDs, or they're asking them for tickets to shows so they can do reviews, and they're asking them for that. I can put my hand on my heart and say we've never asked for anything from any British wrestling organisation, because it's not fair. We have got no right to ask that. We never have, and we never will. We will never ever ask for tickets. We'll never ask for a DVD. We'll never ask for anything. And that's the one thing I'm very, very proud of. I want to thank to Wrestle Ropes, to Andy Scotland at Wrestle Ropes, to Chris Pugh at Hashtag Wrestling, to James Marsden at Across the Pond Wrestling, to the guys at BritRest Chat, to the Keith Tarrant at Ringside World, to the Hogs at EBW and NCWA up there in Sheffield for giving me the dream of my life, and my dream came reality on the Saturday afternoon in 2013. I'll always remember that. The fact is that we've had all these great people came on the show. We've had Steve Fludder from PCW came on. We've had Ben Old from Southside. We've had Harvey Dale came on and did one of the best nights ever. And on one of the rare occasions that Nixy's internet didn't go down was on that night, which was unbelievable. It was coincidence. It was just a fucking coincidence. It really was. The one night that it didn't go down was the night that Harvey Dale was presenting the show. We've had disasters. We've had technical problems coming out of our arses through the first couple of years. But it's just a case of me making this up as I go along, and it was a case of just doing this, what I knew, and learning how to do this. I've got to say thanks to Daniel, a.k.a. Vendetta. Got to say great thanks to Vendetta, because he was the guy that taught me how to do this. He's the guy that taught me how to produce a show, how to put things together and everything, what to save it onto. He introduced me to the ways you put things on YouTube and everything. Thanks to David Anderson for the great logos we have on our page on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks to Martin Keegan for doing the stereo logo for so many things and everything. If I could stand here all night, I want to thank every single person for the last 200 shows. To Asa, that's in our chat, that's been there forever. Winter's Lair, to everybody. That's like every single person that's been connected with this thing. I just cannot believe we've managed 200. It's been amazing from start to finish. Here's to the next 200. Well, here's to the next 2 years, because I can't now because I've paid for the fucking 2 years of the website. The website will improve. There will be some more things. It won't be like 10 pages long like the other ones, because that's not going to happen. I'm going to keep it small but put more complex things and better content. So we're going to have a page for people that have done Facebook, people that's got Twitter, and we're going to do that. And Nixy's going to have her own little bit for her YouTube channel, and we're going to have that on there. And we're going to have all the things that, so if people want to listen to Nixy's videos, which are funny as fuck, please do so. And we're going to do ours, and then the iTunes link, and everything's going to be on in a more compact way, but it's going to be better for us. Have you got all to finish? Anybody else you want to say hi to or like that while we're in an emotional mood?
No, I'm good. I think you've just about summed up everyone we need to.
No, it's been absolutely fantastic, the whole thing. That started off as literally as just something that I wanted to promote British wrestling, and 4 years later I'm still doing it. I never thought I'd do this past 44 years old, never mind 40 bloody 6. But anyway, we're not finished tonight yet, because in the minute we're gonna break off. We're gonna break off, do a chill out, and then we are going to we're gonna do the NFL Steelboy show. If you two guys in our chat room or so want to do that, that'll be very, very good. But I can't wait for that and do that one, because there's a topic tonight which will be very, very cool. So we're going to do that. But there is only one way we're going to finish. I'm going to let Nixy say goodnight, because I'm going to say goodnight now and everything. I'll see you in about 10-15 minutes. But I'm going to let Nixy finish it for once, because she deserves it.
Are you?
Yeah, go on, you do it for once.
What do I say? You can't put me on the spot. I get lost for words.
You sat there for nearly about 175, 180 shows, and you're going, what do I say? What do I say?
Bye. Good night.
Right, good
Have a
night.
shit New Year, because I hate New Year's.
Fuck off. By the way, just if people didn't know, for those who didn't know, I've got the Lemmy Tash. I've got the Triple H Lemmy Tash on me at the moment. I'm doing it in tribute to Lemmy, who sadly passed away yesterday. So tonight's show is dedicated to the memory of Lemmy, very simply.
They are also doing a Get Motorhead to #1 for next week's chart, the first chart of 2016.
Oh, wait, which one?
Yeah.
Ace of Spades?
Ace of Spades.
Yeah, see that? You've got to get out and play Ace of Spades. But
they say don't download it until the 2016 starts, or you're going to still be feeding this week's chart. Okay. We're going for next year's chart, so try and post that in the main page, I think, get people behind that.
Right, so anyway,
cool.
Have a great new year, and I'll see you next week. We'll be back on the 8th of January. Alright, 8th of January we're back. Okay? Alright, take care guys, see you next year.
Good night everyone.
Good night.
Bye.